And look who's back and coming to you from yet another room of the house. Although the room has changed, some things remain the same. My phone is right here, so if things hold true to form, my wife will antivirus protection expired. If things hold true to form, aside from that, which you probably didn't see, and all kinds of notices coming up on my laptop, I got my phone here, so my wife should be calling me any second. And you can probably hear the dog walking in circles, deep in the throes of doggy dementia. So we'll see if he starts making noise. But anyway, why are we here? Part two, range day, LCP Max. This is a loaded firearm, so I'm not going to dance around with it too much. And I'll start rambling at the end of the video. Let's just get right into things. I went to the range. I got some range time in. Basically, I wanted to retest for function, and also just wanted to be a little more specific as to how this firearm operates on a day-to-day basis. I have been carrying it since part one, which although only came out a few days ago, was actually months ago. I still look old and fat, but maybe less so. Maybe the hair is different. We'll go right into the first video. What I'm going to do, I'm going to show a couple of videos in a row. I'm not going to do a video and then talk because these videos get very long. I'm going to intro and then I'm going to show you all the things I did. The next 4 or 5 videos you're going to see. I got my sheet notes here. You're going to see my first shots. You're going to see how my first shots tend to be low left because again, I just shoot. I always shoot kind of a little fast, a little loosey goosey. That's just how I think. For a gun like this is how I'm going to be shooting with it anyway. If I'm lucky enough to even have the time to shoot this slowly. You're going to see that they're low left. You're going to see some target reveals. I'm going to go one-handed. Again, you're going to see it's low left. I'm going to do some rapid fire stuff. And again, you're going to see it's low left. But we'll just see how this goes. And everything's going to be kind of down there. But it'll give you an idea of how this gun functions. And we'll talk about it on the backside. How do you like this new format? It moves things along quicker, right? What do we see there? Well, we saw one, the gun is functioning flawlessly. I'll talk about that at the end. And 2, I'm going low left, but then again, look at how I'm shooting. Everything looks like it was from 7 yards. That's just, you're still acceptable, but I'm pulling it. I'm not really trying to do. I'll get to that later. But in any case, I think all of that was, I was using the range ammo, whatever crap I had laying around. I actually carry American Gunners in this gun. I think it's a pretty decent enough 380 round. So I said, you know what? Let's start introducing my carry ammo. I'd started off with the range stuff, mostly because I mentioned in the first video, I was having little issues with the magazine, what I thought was the magazine, maybe the newness of it and everything, and failing to go into battery. I'll cover that in my recap at the end of this anyway. So I threw some American Gunners in there. I pretty much did the exact same thing. I don't know if this was one-handed or whatever it was, but again, I kind of shot fast with them just to get a basic idea of what to expect. So to check out this video, then you'll see me again. Okay, again, same results. And look, fun is fun, but now it's time to get to brass tacks and see how this gun actually performs. And not just that, I'm going to slow it down now to see if I can hit the damn center of this target. But also, while I'm doing it, again, Paul Harrell always rings into my mind. First of all, he's the greatest, gun channel I've ever seen, and he always says that different ammo's hitting different spots. Make sure your training ammo is the same as your carry ammo, and so on and so forth. I brought some different ammo with me on this range session. And I said, and now with slow fire, let's see exactly where this hits. So I'm really going to try and control my stupider impulses and really try and put everything in a 10 ring here. So there's a couple of videos. The first one's going to be my carry ammo, I believe. The American Gunner, and the second time, I'm going to show you the boxes. The second one, slow fire, is going to be some, what is it? Uh, who the hell knows what it's going to be? You'll see. I show you the boxes. Another Hornady, maybe a critical defense, but let's see how we do on that, and I'll come back and talk on the flip side. Away we go. Yeah, okay. I realized I only fired 2 rounds at a critical defense, but I guess that's all I had left after the other stupid shit I was doing with it. But as you see, both Hornady products, although slightly different, although I'm not really quite sure what's the difference between American Gunner and critical defense, they hit in essentially the same spot on slow fire. But let's jump to a different manufacturer. Let's see what the Federal does. I believe this is Federal. Yeah, the Federal. Let's see how Federal is different, if it hits any different, and see if Paul Harrell knows what he's talking about. Wink, wink. Son of a bitch. It did hit a little high. It hit in a different spot. In this case, it seemed like it was a little high. For the most part, it was kind of there. But if I was going to miss, if I was going to fly, the Federal was going higher. So, to the surprise of absolutely nobody, Paul Harrell knows exactly what he's talking about. But this leads me to another one of his points, and that is carry ammunition is expensive, and blowing through it is more costly than blowing through this crap to practice with, and especially when you live in a communist state of New York. Now that you have to get a federal background check, and you have to wait around the gun shop for about anywhere from 20 minutes to an hour before they'll give you the box of ammunition that you already paid for. Imagine walking into. I'm trying to imagine somewhere else in the country. Imagine going down and just trying to buy a box of ammunition, and you have to give them all your shit and all your permits and everything, and then you have to wait for the state to approve you. So you pay your money, then you go out and get lunch, and they'll text you to come back and pick up your fucking ammunition. That's right, folks. You can vote yourself into socialism, but you have to shoot your way out. That's why they want to make it so tough in states like this. And that's my rant for now. In any case, obviously you're going to fire your practice ammunition more because it's cheaper and more readily available usually. Now, my practice ammo, is it going to hit in the same spot as my carry ammo? Well, let's find out. I think I do. I don't even know what my practice ammo is called, but I think I show the box at the beginning of this clip. Let's roll tape. Okay, so it looks like I got lucky there, right? My New Republic carry ammo, which is readily available out here, hits pretty much in the same spot as my carry ammo, which is a Hornady American Gunner. So, I figuratively dodged a bullet on that one. So it looks like I'm good to go as far as practice and carry on this gun. So that's always good. Okay, so we're coming to the end of this session anyway of things I want to talk about. I'm going to do one more segment. I had the LCP2 with me, my original LCP2 with me. Just out of curiosity, I wanted to see where that hit compared to this gun. Not that I was in a shootout with either of these two guns, but I'm curious of all this time where this hit as far as my sights go. Because I'm sighting it in the same way with this as I did with my LCP with those shitty sights. So I'm wondering where it was hit. So I loaded up my LCP2. I guess I loaded it up with the American Gun on my carry ammo to see where the LCP2 hits in comparison to the LCP Max. So let's cut away to the last of these scientific videos. Then we'll have some silliness at the end. Then I'll wrap this up. So away we go. All right, so I forgot the chamber around and I lost count of my rounds, so sue me. In any case, what we see? The LCP2 with my carry ammo shot higher. Now, the comparison I used was my target ammo, but seeing as how we already established that my target ammo hits the same as my American Gunner carry ammo, we can extrapolate. There's my big word of the day. We can extrapolate the fact that the LCP2 hits a little higher than the LCP Max with the same ammo. What does that prove? Nothing really. Just for those of you who want to know, and all six of you. In any case, we'll finish up my range session. I just wanted to test for function. I'm probably going to speed up all these videos. I'm just going to splice them all into one another because it's just me shooting off from different angles. I just wanted to make sure and to show all of you that the gun was functioning after my initial concerns. I pretty much emptied out my closet of all, over the course of the years, you're probably the same way with certain handgun calibers, especially like 380 or 9mm, you tend to have a box here, a box there, and you fire off some of the box, and you're playing around, you're trying to find ammo that you like, and after a while you have a bunch of boxes, 20 round or 50 round boxes with 15, 10, 5, 3, 1 round in it. I emptied out my closet, I threw everything into my magazine that I brought with me, and I just fired it off. Probably some Tic Tacs went down range too. I'm going to splice all these together, I'm going to speed it up, and just to show you that the gun worked fine, and then we'll wrap this up with some final thoughts. So back to the range. Wasn't that exciting? So what did we learn? Probably not a whole lot. I learned that one, the gun, I carried the LCP for a long time, and it's a loaded firearm. I carried the LCP for a long time, and I always found it to be a good gun, a good, better than nothing gun. 380, as I've said many times, is no one's favorite caliber. But again, the 380 you have with you is better than the 44, blah, blah, blah. So that's why I would default to that. If I really don't feel like sticking anything in my waistband, but I want to have a gun because the world is shit, that's what I would go with. This, as I said in the first video, is more of that. It's still no one's favorite caliber, but if I have to use no one's favorite caliber, I'd rather have 11 shots of it than 6 or 7. So in this case, I think those rounds could make a difference with a gun this size using a round of that caliber. Now, what I also, the main purpose of, especially that last segment when I was firing all those rounds, going through all the crap 380 I had laying around for years, I cleaned out my closet. I feel it was very cathartic. I feel much better about myself now. Um, it just showed that it functioned, and I'm going to have to say that although I didn't video my initial shots with this gun when I before I started carrying it, I'm gonna have to say that all the out of battery issues was probably because these magazine. I bought another magazine. I've had this thing sitting in my nightstand drawer, just loaded, just compressing it. It really was because these were some of the tightest magazine springs I've ever seen, especially for such tiny little magazines. And I honestly think that the friction was, excuse me, the friction was causing the slide to bind a little bit, and it just wasn't going into battery. The recoil spring just wasn't generating enough inertia to put it into battery. Now that it wasn't a question of the gun breaking in, I think it was a question of the mags breaking in. So, with that said, I have total confidence in the firearm, and I carry it on almost a daily basis now as I'm getting older and lazier. This is the easiest gun to carry, so this is what I do, which I guess is the epitome of laziness. Other than that, I like Rugers, and I think this gun is perfect for exactly what it is. It's easy to carry, no reason not to have it. I think it will save your life if you train with it and you know what it does and what it's for. I wouldn't carry this on duty, but to stick in what I'm wearing now, I'm not going to stand up in shorts and a t-shirt. To have it on you, I feel completely confident. Hell, I ride the subways in New York City every day with this fucking thing, so it's got to at least have some confidence factor for me. So there you go. In a nutshell, LCP2. If you guys feel like commenting, yes, I am still alive. But also, how do you like this new format? I think I moved it along quicker by doing all the videos and segments and just using the title screens rather than me talking every fucking time about it. So maybe I'll go with this format from now on because I do tend to get a little long-winded, and I kept the politics to a minimum, even though there's always plenty to talk about. In any case, I actually have a third video in that. Three videos. You guys are going to get three videos. I have a third video already shot. It's just a matter of editing. And anyone who's done this knows that editing is the toughest spot. But I'll give you a quick preview. Got myself a radar chronograph. So now I can actually go to pretty much any range. You set this bad boy up on the table and you fire over the top of it. You don't have to shoot through anything. It's radar operated. And I got it, and I'll give you it does work well. As I use it more, I'll see what to expect from it and what little things to look out for, so I know to get as accurate as possible. But my next video, look for it over the next week or so, hopefully the next few days, but let's realistically over the next week. I'm finally going to do what I always wanted to do, and I'm going to test out some 350. I even alluded to it maybe when I bought the GP 100. I went to the range and I took chronograph readings of my 4-inch Ruger GP100 versus the 3-inch GP100 versus my 2-inch Smith & Wesson M360, whatever the fucking model that thing is. So a 4-inch barrel versus a 3-inch barrel versus a 2-inch barrel and 357 Magnum. I used 158 grains. I used 125 grains. And I even fired off this box of nonsense, these Ruger ARX. I'm going to go into these more. With these Ruger ARX things with whatever kind of thing that is. This isn't metal at all. It's like made out of, I think they grind up frosted flakes and they load it into the casing. I'm going to give you some results on those. Will they be surprising? Probably not, but we can get some science out of it. You know me, I'm all about the fucking science. So thanks for staying with me, even though I don't put out a whole lot. And we'll catch you on the next video. Thanks for the views. Sayonara.